in November?
No, none here. No.
Okay. Let me go ahead and stop the recording. This is a special. If anyone that you know that would like to get started with oils, I'm going to let you know the special is that doTERRA is offering anyone to be a sharer. If you sign up a wholesale customer, it says Wellness Advocate, any kind of customer with a 100 PV order between now and November, you would get 50 PV, and the person who helped you get started would get 50 PV. So I didn't know if anyone $50 in free oils if anyone would qualify here. So you still have half a month if you want to share with oils with somebody. Just know that they'll get $50 in free oils. All right, I just wanted to share that right away to ask if anyone was in that category. Okay. So when you get started with oils, one of the things we'd like to do is do something like a membership overview or something called the Live Guide. The Live Guide is a purple guide that you can go right to doTERRA's website and download it and read all about it. So I'm actually not going to go over all of that today. The reason why is I want you to go over that with the person who got you started. What I'm going to do is touch on other things that are really important, but I think that sometimes that we might not have time to do in the membership overview. And so that's really important. When you get started, I want you, if you haven't yet met with Florence or whoever invited you, please text them right away when this call is over and set up a time to spend about 45 minutes going over what it means to be a wholesale customer. And they're going to go over your health goals in depth, make a plan for you to really know how to use your oils well. Okay, the next thing is have never heard of the loyalty rewards order. Could you just like raise your hand or say at me if you have set up your loyalty rewards order yet?
I set mine up.
Awesome. Well, then that's great. Yeah, Lisa has to. Yep, some of us. So this is somebody else's slide I love, but we're not in this community. Oh my God, again. Okay, phew. We want to make sure that you're a part of our community. We have Special Oil Society as our Facebook group. So also, if you're not in our Facebook groups, please let me know about that too. And then, do you have a reference book? So these are the 3 books I would recommend. One is called The Essentials of the Earth, and we all love this book. In our team, each person does it differently, but you may be able to get that one for free or at least purchase it at a big discount. So please talk to the person who got you started. This is the best book for beginners. Modern Essentials is a book for someone who's science-minded.
Low. Battery, please charge.
Uh-oh. Someone's got a low battery. Oh, dear. So Modern Essentials is really good for science-minded people. It's really good. And The Essential Life is one of my favorites for learning about the oils and some education. It has science in it, but it's also really beautiful. And it has more like of a... Lisa, you like this book, don't you? That's a really, yes. And Lisa, you're welcome to tell me why you like this book.
What was that?
Why do you like the Essential Life book?
It's just easy to find things. It has the reference at the front of the book of all the different ailments, and easy to quickly find an oil just to get started if you don't have a lot of time.
Yep, it's a great little book. I like this one because it's the Essentials of the Earth book right here. Oh, my because I really love this book. Oh, I found a pointer. Okay. That one is going to be great for new people because it says, use this oil this way. Apply to the bottoms of your feet for this issue. It's really, really, really helpful. So you definitely absolutely need a reference book of some sort or an app. I want to kind of begin and let you guys know that that's really important. The next thing that I'm going to give you as a tip is if you want to, as you're using your oils and learning about them, you want to make sure that you know how to use them and make them a habit. So, for instance, in your bathroom, you can keep your Digest Zen or roller, maybe a sample of it in your bathroom when you're going to use the Digest Zen, okay? Or if you're going out to eat, you keep it in your purse. My favorite thing is to have 2 bottles of Digest Zen, and when I finish a bottle, I pop up the lid. It's very easy to use the cap and pop up the lid, and you can pour in some new Digest Zen in it, and then you put the lid back on and squeeze that white or plastic topper on, and you can make 2 bottles out of that 1 new bottle of Digest Zen. So I like to keep, each of my kids has one in their bathroom, and in our family bathroom and our private bathroom, and then we also have one in my purse. Digest Zen is an example of other oiling as a habit. So for instance, I love clove. Clove is the free oil of the month, and I'll explain that in a minute. I keep that by my sink. So if I'm having any gum issues or I want to put it on my toothpaste or my toothbrush and apply, it's right where I need it. Can I have an example from somebody that talks about making oil a habit in their home? What do they do to make an oil a habit? Florence or Lisa or Shelly or anyone have a habit you can share?
I use the vitamins every single morning. I see every week. I have a little vitamin container, and I just put it all together. So that both my husband and I each have our own set of vitamins, and I just set them all up for the week. And all you have to do is open the thing for the week, for the day that you need.
Yep, that's a really great tip. Thank you so much. The other thing is to carry your oils with you. Your oils do really good if they're in a drawer. So having them out near your kitchen or your bedroom or a dresser, or especially in your purse and a bag, you can find bags on Amazon very inexpensively for $10 or $15. I really highly recommend keeping them with you. There is something also called the doTERRA keychain, and I have 5 of them, and I went to pull one out and I can't find any of them. But they're very small and they're about this big, and they have 8 little openings for it, little drams, and you can fill it and take your oils on the go. So I highly recommend you can buy that right when you order again in your doTERRA shopping cart, and they're $6.50. They come in purple and black. So my husband has one in his office drawer. I bought extra, and I give them out as gifts for certain things. So, yep. All right. So now how do you use oils? Like, what's a good amount? The key is that you want to use small amounts of oils more often. So if someone says take 12 drops at one time, you say no thank you, and you cut it in half, and you might split it out 3, 3, and 3, or 6 and 6, and you spread it out over a period of time. So the idea, this is from doTERRA, this guide. Aromatic, there's no limitations as of yet on that. There's nothing they've come out with. They're doing research. So they've hired, when they came out with this list, they hired several PhDs to study exactly how do oils work in the body and the safety level. So this is a very well thought out guide from them. If you do it internally, that means putting it in a veggie capsule. So doTERRA has a veggie capsule. They're $4 for like a huge bottle. If you choose to do it internally, you would put 2 to 4 drops for an adult, but a 12 to 24 drops maximum, okay? So that's giving you an idea. Just think of 24 hours in a day, no more than 24 drops. Now that could be for a large man or a small woman. So you know your body, you may not need 24 drops. A man might use more than 24 drops, but they're just giving general guidelines. Oral means under the tongue or in water. So you don't have to do a ton, just 1 to 3 drops at the most. One of my favorites is a drop of frankincense or copaiba under my tongue. Copaiba really helps me for anxiety and anger when I'm going through a really tough time. But frankincense is the fastest way to kind of get oils into your bloodstream is smelling it and under your tongue. So you put it under your tongue, it goes right into your bloodstream. It does not go through your digestive tract. And it actually helps, it gets in your bloodstream, and some oils can cross our blood-brain barrier. We have a barrier that separates our brain from our vascular system, and some oils can penetrate, like frankincense, and they're very, very helpful for supporting our healthy inflammatory response. So under the tongue is a really great way of getting that quickly. Topical, of course, topical, and we'll talk about that, how you would do that. But really no more than 3 to 6 drops at the most is what they're saying at a time. Okay, so any questions here? We're gonna move on. The next thing is how do you do roller balls? So there's lots of different things. You could go to Pinterest and Google, but doTERRA has actually said don't necessarily go to them for all. If it's too many oils, too many drops, don't necessarily go to them, but use your Facebook pages. We have Facebook groups called Special Oil Society, and then we have one that's for your friends and family called SOS Friends and Family Open Group. Sometimes we change the name of this group, so it's confusing. Like if there's a BOGO, we might change the name for a week or two. But just so you know, that is a group that you can invite your friends and family to. And the Special Oil Society is really for kind of people who are buying oils from our team. So that's a great place. We have lots of good support there. So the idea is you go by age with young children. If you don't know how to do that, for instance, a 3-year-old will have 3 drops of an oil with coconut oil. So, and a baby would have like 1 drop total or 1 drop of an oil. So to give you a guideline, go by age for kids. and you fill it with something called FCO, which is really confusing. Like, what is FCO? It's fractionated coconut oil. So this is coconut oil. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I won't go into that yet. This customer service is a number you should know, but there's also something called live chat. If you have any questions at all, reach out to them. Email them, call them, use your online chat. They're amazing. And then, of course, our Facebook groups too. Okay, so this is in the Live Guide, which is something that you all can get or can download and go over with your person who invited you to oils. But what you're going to be doing is essential oil tips. You want to use those reference guides to help you find solutions. And I'm going to show you where on doTERRA's website where you can find solutions too. You don't have to use books. There are different oils that work for different people. So if lavender is not working with you, don't think the oils don't work. Know that there's stronger oils for sleep. So reach in the Facebook groups, reach out to Get Started. Got you started and ask them. Don't just think, oh, it doesn't work and put it aside. So really, every body is different. So for kids, especially massaging, it helps bring blood flow to your skin. So massaging helps it to absorb better, get that blood flow to the skin, and it helps to move the oil along. You also can try on the bottoms of your feet, your spine, your navel. That's what we do. We take Digestat, and my older kids put a drop in their belly button. My younger kids will dilute it. So we'll talk a little bit about that later. So safety. You want to avoid contact with the eyes, inside your nose and ears, and you want to dilute coconut oil for sensitive skin and really sustained absorption. What does that mean? So sustained absorption means when you put an oil on your skin, you know how you can smell it, and peppermint smells amazing, and everyone can smell peppermint. Well, when you put a fatty oil on top, that kind of seals in those vapors from not flashing off, and so everyone can smell it. It kind of holds it on your skin. So that means it's sustained, it's there for a long period of time, so your skin can slowly absorb it. It also is really good for sensitivity, is to go ahead and dilute. You can't go wrong with diluting your oils. I do like sometimes to use it straight when they're really gentle oils. Like if I have a burn, like lavender is the best for a finger slammed in a door, a burn, any abrasions. I'll put a drop of lavender in about 15 minutes, repeat it, and the pain and the healing happens almost immediately. Anyone else just raise your hand if you've used it for a burn. Have you guys used lavender for a burn? We all have. It's a great oil to keep in your kitchen. So that's a good thing. Keep that oil lavender in your kitchen. Now, lemon, wild orange, bergamot, there are other citrus oils, except for green mandarin. They're saying green mandarin is not something you have to be worried about topically, but you're going to want to not put it on your skin and then go out in the sun or do the tanning bed. You just want to avoid sun. Just read your label. Your label will tell you everything. It'll say sun sensitive, dilute. It's really good. And the other thing is, like, a best practice is try not to put it in the car or extreme temperatures or direct sunlight. And they do come in those brown bottles. But, and use your glass containers. Like if you're using plastics, we want to be careful not to drink out of plastics in general. We're trying to avoid plastics when we're drinking water. But really try to use glass or stainless steel to drink out of, or even a ceramic mug. We've had friends that put something in a styrofoam cup, and they tried to make something called a steam cup, which we love to do when we're sick. And it turns out the styrofoam leaked everywhere, and it was very embarrassing just to have that leak because the plastics will break down. They're very safe inside our body. Our bodies are not plastic. These are directly from plants, and our bodies know what to do with them. We know what to do with natural plants. So that's just something to really think. And this is the coconut oil. So if you have not purchased that as a second order, or you didn't get that with your kit, fractionated coconut oil, I would just highly recommend just getting it. That's just a good tip. Florence, feel free to interrupt me at any time. Florence, if anything you want to share, when I go to the next slide, let me know.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so diffusing. Do you want to read a little bit, just read right off the slide about diffusing and your tips, Florence?
Diffusing, you want to try it out like a few drops at a time and not just pour it in. You want to do maybe 1 to 2 drops and to kind of figure out the blend that you like, that you feel comfortable with. And of course, with children, you always want to at least half it and keep it to keep it safe for them because they cannot handle what we can handle.
Good point. Love having your perspective as a school nurse to kind of speak up about. That's awesome. Now, did you have anything else to say, or should I move on?
That was it. You had mentioned rollerballs before, and I took a picture of one just in case, the people on the call didn't know what that looks like.
Thank you.
So this one just only has the fractionated coconut oil, and you can always rub it on your wrist or behind your ears, just different locations to get also the maximum amount of effectiveness of the oil.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I agree. And here's the ones you can buy right from doTERRA. They're 50 cents each. So they're a pack of 6. They're like $4 and some cents. So I would recommend when you place your next order to buy these roller balls, and they have the special don't leak.
Oh, I gotta go in there and get all my medicine.
Someone want to say something there? Okay, so let's move on for there. We have more information in our group. This is an older picture, but this is lovely. Any kind of tree oil and citrus, it's very good, uplifts your mood, grounds your emotions. So frankincense is a tree oil. We no longer have white fir, we have Siberian fir and like tangerine, delightful. They're really wonderful. I love bergamot, which is very well studied for anxiety, but this is a great little blend. Does anyone want to share their favorite blend of diffuser blend? Joyce or Shelley or Lisa or Florence?
I love Peace, Purify, and Balance. It's my favorite. I keep it on my
What did she say? What did she say? What did she say?
Peace, Purify, and Balance. Love it. And she has it on a medallion. I love it.
And I breathe it in.
Yes.
It helps me to refocus.
Yes. Like right now, I got a vote like today. Yes, I needed it. I love it. Balance. I've never put those together. I'm going to have to try that. Balance, Purify, and Peace.
She's talking.
Okay. So now there's some other resources that are free. And one is called the Daily Drop app. It's on Android and iPhone. So you can go ahead and download it. And there's like you can choose like a 30-day track where they're going to send you a text message every day. Now, here's the little kicker. If you don't open and like look at their text every day, after 3 or 4 days, they just stop sending it to you. So sometimes I'll just go because I just want to binge, and I'll choose a track like the Wellness Lifestyle. I think it's what it's called. And I'll go to the settings and I'll say, just give me all of them right now. And then I'll just go through them. They're like 1 or 2 minutes, and they link to a really helpful video or a picture of how to use your oils. And it's so helpful. There's one of the cleanse. There's all different themes. They also have something called, like you see these little bars up here. That's what I'm talking about. Click on that on your app. And that's going to have this determine your mood. So there's 2 pages of these moods, and you choose what's really how you're feeling. And then you hit process or whatever, and they can tell you which oil might be helpful to you. So this person needed more cheer and elevation, more like uplifting emotions. And so that kind of gives you, this is a great way to figure out what oil can help you with different emotional support. So, and then when you click on that cheer, it opens up to a video, a 1-minute video, and another picture to show you how to use some other oils for that emotion too. It's really, really helpful. So does anyone use that app at all? Shelley or Florence or Joyce? The Daily Drop. So try it. I love it. Okay, the other thing is there's a book called Essentials of the Earth. I talked about. It's $15.60. You talk with us about how to get it. This is where you get it. And there's an app. I like the app because it does have like other tips and tricks on how other people use the same oil for that same issue. So there is something nice about the app. But yes, definitely get your references. Moving on there. One thing is the toothpaste. I love this toothpaste. I highly recommend that you look and try this toothpaste. The reason why is my teeth did no longer started to bleed, and the inflammation of my teeth went down. What it has is On Guard. On Guard is very good for circulation and antioxidant because of the clove that's in it. So you want to use this toothpaste, but the tip is to cut off the bottom of any of the tubes, Deep Blue, any of them. Cut off the bottom here and cut it off here, and keep a spoon, like a long knife or spoon, and you can keep it and use that and get a lot more out of it. So that's a little tip for you as you're starting with your oils journey. So now what is the loyalty rewards program, and why should I even do it? So let's go into that next. So the loyalty rewards program is like, you are now a wholesale customer. So you get standard. You are now 25%, where this green line is, you get that right off the bat, 25% off, okay? But if you're in the loyalty rewards, you actually get also 10% extra off of your order. So that's like a 35% savings over retail. And over time, after every quarter, if you spend at least, I'll tell you how much, 50 PV, we'll talk about that in a second, you move up 5%. So that when you're at 13%, you're getting 30% back. So for instance, I love Wild Orange. So on month 1, if someone is brand new, just got started, their first month on LRP, they're going to get 10% back of a $100 order. Boy, that's a free bottle of Wild Orange. However, I place the same $100 order and I get 30% back on that order. So it's like 3 Wild Oranges or a free bottle of Serenity. What I like to do is wait a couple months, and then I have a couple $100 in points now. It's so easy, and then I use that. So I'll use my points to send a gift to somebody on my LRP. I can send it through my LRP and send a gift to somebody. I use it when my husband needed it, diffuser, he's out of town, he really needed something deep blue. I sent it overnight, shipping, and we'll talk about that in a second. And so I was able to use my points. So I'm getting 55% off retail. So when someone wants to come to a class and they just want to buy one thing retail, I'm getting 55% off of what they would get. So it's really great savings. They reward you for being a loyal customer. Now, how do you get your points back? Again, one-time standard order. When you sign in, it'll be like a green bar at the top. That is just plain 25% off. If you want to receive your shipping costs back and free products, you have to just be in the program, just 1 PV, that's all it takes. So the toothpaste, a bar of soap, a lip balm, whatever you'd like to get, 1 bottle of lemon, whatever you like, that's all it takes to be in that program. Now, if you want to start receiving money back on your products, a minimum of 50 PV or more, okay, but 50 PV is the minimum to get 10% and keep moving up this track of getting up to 30%. Now, if you want to receive income, like you would like to share with somebody, and you want to receive it, doTERRA will give you a check for that to thank you, and you have to have your LRP set for 100 PV. Now, they have a free product of the month, which, does anyone know what the free product of the month is?
Clove.
Clove, right, I said it earlier. So if you spend 125 PV by the 15th of the month, on your loyalty rewards, you get whatever the free oil of the month is. Sometimes it's Breathe, sometimes it's cedarwood. We've had Melaleuca Touch. We've had all kinds of other good things, lime. And so this month it was clove. And I'm still using my clove from like 2 years ago that I got for free. So this is a great way to build up your collection. And they're thanking you for being a loyal customer. So that's by the 15th of the month. So that means this is the 14th. So if you have not placed a 125 PV order on a loyalty rewards, you can still do that. Also, if you've placed an order and it's less than 125, but it's still before the 15th, you can call our live chat with doTERRA, add to your order, they'll tell you, and you could ask for the free product of the month in case you didn't do that. If you by accidentally just placed a standard order and didn't realize it, if it's still in the same month, you can call doTERRA and ask them to switch it over to a loyalty reward order. So this is where we make our wish list every month. When you find cool oils that you want to add to it, you go and you change your wish list every single month so that you can keep building up your collection and solving your problems or your health goals together. All right. Almost done. So there's a 50. Oh, look, there was little circles. I didn't even, sorry about that. Okay, that would have been pretty. Okay.
Question.
Yes, clove. Yes.
You mentioned having the clove for 2 years. Someone asked a question, and the question is, what is the shelf life of the oil?
Excellent. So on the bottom, the FDA has asked them to put a date of 5 years. So they all have 5 years. But the oils, and especially the tree oils, actually get better with time, and so they don't go bad. So you don't have to worry them going bad. If you keep them in extreme weather, or you've opened them up and you let the air get to them and they could oxidize, some of the flower oils and citrus oils can be a little more sensitive. So I try to use them up within a year or 3 years, but it's not that hard, to use those oils. But my frankincense I've had open for a couple of years, I have like two bottles of frankincense, and I left them both open, and that's, I mean, I don't recommend it, but in other words, they've lasted a long time. So, and they don't necessarily go bad. They might sometimes cause some skin irritation. That's what happens when they oxidize. So that's one of the main reasons you don't want to have them oxidize. But they last for a long, years and years and years.
Why can't he them?
Okay.
Say oxidize, do you mean leaving the top of the bottle open and the air is getting into it? What does that mean?
Yes, that's exactly right. Leave the lid, or that you have like maybe just a few drops left, and there's air even in that bottle. You know, if that happens, usually this is going for months and years. Does that make sense? So just if you are not going to use an oil, one time we opened up 3 birch oils, and I was like, we're just not going to use this. It's a very special oil. So anyone that was open that I wasn't going to use, I just threw it in my fridge, in my door of my fridge, just to help stop the oxidation. But you don't have to worry about that for your oils. You have a brand new, they're going to last for a long time. This is for me because I'm now going on year 4. So I just want to make sure that I don't forget about an oil that's been open for a couple of years. I just like to keep it, that slows down any kind of oxidation that can happen in an open bottle of oil. But those closed bottles of oil will go for a long, long time. You have no worries about that too. So here's the first time, if you're on LRP, this was the clove, and you use it for veggie capsule, toothpaste, water. I use it with some white coconut oil and oil rinse. Shelly or Florence, you guys have any testimonials about any of these 2 products?
I usually use clove on my tooth. Sometimes I floss a little bit too hard and it hurts. So I'll take clove and put it on my finger, and I will put it on the area where it hurts, and I usually get relief from that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And digestive soft gels, you're all going to want that. Let me just tell you right now, I almost bought 2 bottles because my son had some digestive issues, and he thought it was going to be colitis, which took him to the hospital. And I cannot say this will cure him or anything, but I had to run and pick my kids up. My husband was out of town, and I have other children with special needs. And I'm like, he cannot go to the hospital, and I have no one here to help me. So, because I have type 1 diabetic daughter. So I gave him a digestive soft gel and a Terrazyme, which is a digestive enzyme. And I gave him one of each of those, and as I have to run out, when I came back, I had some ginger ale, and he was sitting up feeling just fine. And he came down and even did some chores. And I was like, what? And he avoided any kind of bad outcome, and he was very ill. We called the doctor on call. We were at the phone. She's like, you should go to the ER. And it turned it around. We had an appointment the next day. We got an appointment. And the doctor, you know what he said? He's like, you guys are good. I'm glad that didn't work out. But he said, by the way, I love oils too. And they're one of our customers in our team. So it was so fun that they, so it's so funny. I told him on the way out, by the way, how he avoided the hospitalization. And I told him the 2. He's like, really? And then he told me his oil story. So that was really funny too. So it's always fun when other doctors and other people are accepting more of that. They may not understand all the science behind it, although they're open to it, but they know that a lot of our medications eventually came from nature. And so they know that where the things are happening. Okay, so for your monthly order tips, set your date before the 15th, set a reminder on your phone, order your supplements and household basics. What I want to tell you is this is not replacing. It's not like, oh my gosh, where am I going to come up with this money to play for doTERRA? This saves me money because I don't spend money at Target trying to go buy one thing and spend $100. Target absolutely sets it up that you spend up $50 to $100 every time you go in there. That dollar bin gets you in that buying mindset. Then you look over like, what else can I buy? And you get distracted, right? So I have cut way down. I've actually canceled my Costco membership because I just wasn't going there because I buy my household items from doTERRA. So I want you to take a list in your mind and think through, do I buy vitamins elsewhere? Where do I buy my shampoo? What do I put on my body? What kind of toothpaste am I getting? What we want to think about, this is not just buy from doTERRA. This is buy from your own shop where they pay you money to stay healthy. They're giving you more points to buy more products to stay healthy. Let me tell you why. When you look at what the ingredients are in some items, there are things that are fragrance or things that can be harmful to our bodies, especially young children and their endocrine systems. So you don't want to use Glade plugins. You don't want to use things that are fragrance or Be careful of your candle use in the winter. Be mindful of that, because those things, you're breathing it in, it gets into your bloodstream, and it has an effect on our endocrine system, including, so it's really important to make over your home into more natural and more of a way that your body is going to start healing and feeling better. When you get that junk out and you start to bring clean things in, your mood and your family is going to change. You're going to feel better. You're not going to feel all that awful smells. You're actually going to have real plants, and your body is going to thrive. And so you want to just think about, what do I already buy somewhere else, and can I buy from doTERRA? You know, that's what I want you to do. And I want you, their skincare is delightful. So if you want to keep moving, keep it above 50 PV, and whenever you need to, you can always hit process order now. You don't have to choose a date. You can override it and order whenever you want. Okay, almost done. Okay, so this is an old slide of how it looks, but when you order it, you want to double check the PV right here. That's what you're going to look for, that you want that to be above a certain amount, okay? You just do 166. I'm not saying it has to, but for this, like this special was spend 150 PV and you got these 3 free oils. So you always want to double check, do I qualify for these oils? And when you go to checkout, you should see the promo there. You also get rewards points based on your shipping, and you want to make sure it's for personal consumption, which it should be fine for wholesale customers. Okay. Woo. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different. You have it pre-scheduled, or you can just process order now. When you put process order now, it'll schedule on the next month. It will go twice in the same month. All right, so now we're going to have our giveaways. Does someone give me a list of who's here? And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go look in the chat. Did someone type it in, Shelly or anybody? Can I have some testimonies about their oils usage, about something that's happened recently from all of my wellness advocates that are here in the call, from Shelly, Grace, and Lisa, and Janet. Go ahead, ladies. Share, unmute yourself, and I'm going to write down the phone number of people because I don't know their names. Go ahead.
So I I'm not the best in terms of using the vitamins. I am not very compliant, so I try to do like half a dose. And so last week when I was really stressed out, I got really sick, of course. And I have been taking my vitamins, but I wasn't taking full dose. So I just turned around and I said, I'm just gonna, just like step it up and take the whole shebang. So I did that, and then I started taking On Guard beadlets, those microscopic capsules. Like within half a day, my symptoms subsided, like maybe from like 90% to like 40%. Within like hours. And I was like really, really worn out. So, it's like a little bit of self-care, and the vitamins go a long way.
Yes. So, right. So if you want to boost your immune system, I sometimes recommend an extra dose of the Lifelong Vitality vitamins. We could do a whole nother call on that, but I don't want to take any more of your time. So we're also going to ask for questions too. So I have Seb Medra, Krista, as far as our new people who are on the call. If you've been more advanced person, you've been here a while, I probably won't put you in the raffle if that's okay. Is that okay, everybody? I hope you're okay with that. We're glad you're here. And then I have 301-395-0193. So I have
that's Kim.
Oh, Kim, great. So I have these 3. So now questions. Let me see. Let's see. Question here. I'm gonna go get your prize, but keep asking questions while I go get the prize. Hold on. Keep going.
So Kim has the Calm and Harmony kit. Are you guys, Shelly or Janice, are you guys familiar with the Calm and Harmony kit?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
So Calm and Harmony kit. Okay, that's a great question. I can pull that up right now. But let me first, we're going to give a free bottle of cilantro, which is amazing for, I can't say it, but it's a type of things that happen that they can't find, that can be resisted and fight off some things, and it can go in and it can be in the community or in local health centers. This one is one of the highest. This was rated as one of the highest to develop those. So not only can you use it in your salsa, 1 drop in your salsa, or 1 drop in your guacamole, or with rice, 1/4 drop. It's very strong. I would just use a toothpick amount. I used it for some dental issues. that were causing some severe things, and I put that in a capsule and it went away. So this is a great oil for food and for supporting your body, fighting against threats. All right, the winner is Krista. Krista, you won. Yay! That's cilantro.
Yay!
Woo!
You say yay! Say yay!
Yay!
So Krista, look at our Facebook group because there was a BOGO a couple months ago or several months ago, and just type in cilantro and you're going to find all the uses.
Okay, great.
Yes, and I think let me go ahead and pull up the Live Guide really quick. Can you guys see my screen or no?
Yeah.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so you see this Live Guide right here? Let's go to this Calm and Harmony kit. Is that what you were asking about?
Yeah, Kim has the Calm and Harmony kit, and she just wanted some help on how to use it.
Yes. Whoa, it went away. Whoa, it's fun. What happened? Okay, so the Calm and Harmony kit is a wonderful kit. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. So this is one for stress, anxious feelings, and sleep. So we use these oils for sleep. Okay, wild orange is very calming. Usually think citrus oils are uplifting, but it's calming and it blends well with every single one of those oils. My daughter loves cedarwood, wild orange, and peace at bedtime, okay? So balance and serenity is my husband's favorite together. It's called Liquid Calm. Balance and wild orange together is very good for anxiety or anger or stress. So if you get this idea, they go well together if you get my drift. Cedarwood is a very good sleepy oil that helps you to sleep. So it's great in your diffuser mixed with lavender or serenity and wild orange. I think wild orange and cedarwood go really well together. Petitgrain is an oil you don't know very much about, but if you have pressure levels in your blood that are up a little bit higher than you want, the newest testimony I'm hearing is putting 2 drops of that in an empty veggie capsule has had a significant effect on the healthy pressure levels. I think petitgrain smells like dill green beans. I know it sounds weird. It has a tart smell. I'm sure that wasn't very appealing to you, but it pairs well with other things. It gives a nice bright like tart smell. So it's called the man's lavender because lavender is very calming. Petitgrain is the man's lavender because sometimes men don't like sweet smells, but petitgrain has all the benefits of lavender, but none of the sweetness, okay? So serenity smells, you would take 1 during the day for anxious feelings or stress or feeling like on the edge, 1 during the day. At night, you could take 2. Obviously, I always start with 1. I always say go low and slow when you start oils. But Serenity is one of my favorite. I actually like racing it out. Like, okay, I have this many. I love it at bedtime. I do it right as I'm getting ready for bed. I'll set my diffuser up with petitgrain. I actually like blue tansy with it, but that's just me personally. 1 drop of blue tansy, 3 drops of petitgrain, lovely. I just smile when I smell it. I put my head on that pillow. But I put my diffuser together with Serenity and lavender and Breathe usually. And then I'll go start that. I'll go brush my teeth and I take a Serenity soft gel at first, right away. And then I get ready to do my whole evening routine with my Virage cleanser and my On Guard toothpaste and all that stuff. And then I go into bed and I'm getting ready for bed, my jammies on, and then I get into bed and it's just, I calm, and then I may talk with my husband, I may flip through my phone. I know, you're not supposed to have your phone by your bed. Bad, I'm so bad. I know, it would be so, if you have sleep problems, I would recommend not having your phone by your bed, but I can fall asleep pretty quickly. So I'll just scan and look at that and all of a sudden I'm tired and I drop my phone and go out. So I love those Serenity soft gels, even if you're bad with your phone. Does that help you, Kim? Oh, Kim?
Kim?
I'm cool. Yeah, it helped. I may need a refresher though.
But basically take 2 oils and put them together. Just keep experimenting. Does that make sense? Or try 1 oil at a time. Just put them together in your diffuser, a drop on the bottom of your feet, and you're good to go.
Okay.
So really, the Peace is going to keep in your purse. Lisa, can you share your testimony with Peace if she's still on the call? Yes. At work, remember at work you were really stressed out and you had your Peace roller?
All the time. I mean, every time I have that just anxious or this feeling of feeling, I put rollerball Peace on the back of my neck and it just evaporates in like 10 or 15 minutes, 10 minutes. All of a sudden it's like, oh, those feelings are gone.
Wow.
It's just amazing. It's like a miracle oil.
Yes. I got a call from a college student who talked about the peace thing, that she was having a major anxiety attack and she couldn't leave her house and weeping and crying, and she used that piece on her neck and she was able to stop crying and get out the door. So balance and serenity over your heart for severe anger. For any child that's very angry, you could layer that on. Balance is diluted too, so it's great to layer balance. And serenity are for kids that need support with like focus too. Balance is going to be your oil, and cedar wood is what we diffuse for concentration. So when you go to a special oil society, like Google, like look in the search bar of cedar wood, and you're going to see all these great recipes, or serenity, or balance, and all these like oils information will pop up. But they all work well together, and they're going to help you with anxiety. So I have anxiety really bad. So here's what you want to know. Do you have anxiety? Do you want to know this, Kim? Do you not care about this? I don't want to talk about anxiety if you don't want.
I want to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the VMZ vitamin, which is the vitamin mineral, the omega and the alpha CRS, that's the part of the lifelong vitality vitamins, is really key for the microbalance of the micronutrients. And it really helps our bodies respond well. There's actually a study done, a 2-month study on this, and the most significant impact was on the cardiovascular system and the emotional system, as well as muscular system. People had less aches and pains. But for me, when I'm on this, I don't really have as much anxiety. But when I ran out, I was really having a stressful time in life, and I ran out of vitamins. I used balance on the back of my neck, peace also on my front and back of my neck over my heart. I used a citrus oil over my heart called Elevation, but wild orange would work too. I would put cedarwood or frankincense on the bottoms of my feet. And then I would put lavender or serenity over my heart, or just in my hands, whatever scent you like together. I want you to open it up and see what your body responds to. You might really just be, I love balance. And that's going to be your anchor. You might add serenity with it, or wild orange. Does that make sense? You listen to your body. But I use peace, all those oils, except I did add elevation because that's very good for depressed feelings. And I also used frankincense and copaiba, a drop under my tongue. And my anxiety, I sat down, and the anxiety, I could feel almost like the cortisol like drain out of my body. I could just feel that feeling of come over me, like a chemical feeling of reaction that happened. And I was able to get up from that anxiety attack that my heart was beating fast, and take my kids and go out the door within a few minutes. So these oils are going to be helpful for you day and night, to sleep and to help handle stress. So was that helpful?
Yeah.
And then ask more questions. Always ask questions.
All right, but I have a question. The Cleanse and Restore Kit.
Yes.
So I'm a little overwhelmed. I got it in the mail and I was really excited, and then I just look at it. I'm overwhelmed. There's so many different. Like, they give you this 30-day layout on how to take it, but it's so much to take and to do. And so I'm just, trying to figure out what's the best way to sort of ease myself into this daily regimen.
I would just recommend first start with Terrazyme and lemon in your water. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes, definitely lemon in the water.
Yes, and then Terrazyme.
I'm there with the lemon. I've got the lemon going in the water.
Good. And Terrazyme, have you started that yet?
I have not.
Okay, so just try that with one when you eat and see how you feel. Then I would recommend popping open the Lifelong Vitality vitamins and getting, these are like $4 or $5, these extra big ones. And you can't see this, but you know what? Florence, will you remind me when we get off? And we have a picture. I can put the link, the Amazon link, in our group, Special Oil Society. But okay. And this is it's extra deep and wide, and it's like $4. So the reason with the vitamins, it's a lot, right? But let me tell you, they're not like your Centrum One a day, where they're all compressed in a synthetic form that's really pressed together. So, do you have trouble swallowing?
No.
Okay.
But I do take a lot of medication. Okay.
So what you could do is some people open it up in a smoothie. Very easy to open up these both capsules in your smoothie in the morning. And then your omega, if you have a really good blender like a Vitamix or whatever those big ones are, people just throw their XE omega in there directly, their omega soft gels. You can throw it in your blender if you don't want to take it. It's tasteless. You can mix it in your food. I like to keep it out where I'll see you. If you don't have children, keep it out in bowls like candy bowls, or cats. You don't have anyone to get in your bowls. Three candy bowls right by your sink, or where you're going to pass by and take it every day. The reason why it's helpful is the vitamin mineral is going to help you with those nutrients, and it's not like folic acid that's in your normal synthetic vitamins. This comes right from a food source, so folate. So that's like from lemon peel. So just know that you're getting the benefits of some fruits and vegetables, and your body will start to feel better if you can start even just with one a day. There's 4.
Okay, but which one are we talking about?
The lifelong vitality, this whole thing. I want you to go ahead and just.
Oh, the three that are in right, that packet, right?
Yes, and if you don't even want to do the Alpha CRS, just try the VMZ and the XEO Omega. Okay, if you could try that as your vitamin, mineral, and your omega, and just start building up. Right. So for the first 3 or 4 days, take one of them a day. Then try, twice a day. Right, one of them twice a day. And then after a week, you can move up, right? So maybe you take 2 in the morning and then 1 at night or something like that. And by 2 weeks, you want to try to see if you can do the whole amount and how you feel, okay? And if you're feeling great and you're tolerating it, then you add the Alpha CRS. You can add 1 at a time. The Alpha CRS is really good for cellular health, inflammation support, really called can't remember stuff, and you need your Alpha CRS for focus, for pain, aches and pains. So you do want to add that in, but you can go in slowly. And then if you find like, you know what, I'm fine with half a pack. Janice is a very slim person, athletic. Some women may not want to take the whole pack. I find for mood and for pain, you get a lot more out of, I only saw differences when I did a full dose. So I do recommend, if you can work up to a full dose, do it. If not, just do a half a dose and see how you feel. But if you don't feel any different, then I want you to go ahead and go up to that. The Zendocrine and DDR Prime, you can take them right away. You can take that DDR Prime right now for cellular support. If you have any cellular issues going on, you can start right now with DDR Prime, right with your Terrazyme. That's going to be a maintenance supplement after your cleanse is done. So that's why they introduce it at the end of your cleanse. Okay. If you have more questions, I have a YouTube channel where I explain why you do the cleanse in the first place. I have like a 45-minute video, so I can share that with you. I have a link where I have like graphics on how to do it. Like if you want that, I can give you my Google Drive, but I don't want to overwhelm you. Just start small.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. One thing though, if you have any compromised health issues, I'm going to tell you all right now, go ahead and get your On Guard Plus soft gels. My adult children are annoyed with me because we ran out and they're like, why? Why do we have to keep asking you? We need these. They don't like all the smelly things, but they want that. And my son went to college and he was like, bring the diffuser. Then he was like, no, don't take the diffuser. Then okay, leave the diffuser. We dropped it off to college. He used it one time in college because his roommate was sick and his roommate loved it. He only did it one time because someone teased him. But he did write me in February, hey, you're sending me something for Valentine's Day. Can you throw the On Guard Plus soft gels? And because I don't get sick when I take them as much as everybody else. So you're going to want that. That's great. You're going to want the hand sanitizer. I think you need all of this, but if you just get that going. Any other questions? And we're done for the evening. And Krista, I will look. Is your address in the back office correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put that in the mail tomorrow.
Thank
all right,
you.
Thank you. Any other questions, burning questions before I leave in the chat? I didn't see anything in the chat. Can't see screen. Okay, we're all good?
We're all good.
All right, so
thank you.
Sure, thank you guys. Oops. Did I stop it? Oh, where's everybody? Oh, no, you're there. I'm glad it worked for the most of the evening. I'm going to stop the recording. Yes.